happiness, be separated from suffering, and simply lie established in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. All matter sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation of nations, may they experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and simply lie established in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deed with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deed with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deed with the body, speech, and mind. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generous and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generous and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generous and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Page 11. Unequal refuge, ornament of the world. Your pen replaces 3,000 worlds. You are the victorious Siddhara without doubt. I bow at the feet of Father Jigten Sungkun. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, rain your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I realize the unliberated nature of the mind. And page 22. I pray to the glorious Lama, master of the four Buddha's bodies, crown jewel of entire Drikung Kagyu, leader of sentient beings, teacher of the ultimate path, Lord of compassion, region of the Buddha, of peerless kindness, incomparable teacher, Vajradhara, I pray to you, look upon me with compassion, empower me with the blessings, that to attainments bestow them now. Spontaneously establish the true benefits here bestowed their Guru. Tuba Shuzon Jona Jangala, Doba Dawa Jangala, Toyu Dawa Jangala, the Tamaka Jangala, the Zetan Dabra Jangala, Good morning, everybody. Now we are studying the JOL Ornament of Liberation. Now there are 21 chapters, so today we are starting the chapter 21. Now, as you know, the writer of this book is Gampopa, Dharma Lord Gampopa, who came in the 11th century in Tibet. He was born in southern part of Tibet, very close to a place where I was born. And then when he was young, he studied many other subjects, many Vajrayana teachings, but particularly he studied medicine. He became very expert in the medicine, understanding and healing. And he married in the early 20s. And he had 2 children, but then in some year, epidemic came in that hit in that area. Both children died, and as well his wife was died. So that gave him very direct nature of the impermanence of all phenomena, and as well the suffering of nature of the samsara, very vividly, precisely, directly. So because of seeing the reality nature of the samsara, then he studied with the Kadamba school, became a monk. His name was called Sonam Rinchen. And he studied for many years with great teachers at that time, and he became expert all those subjects that what he studied. Everyone in that area belong to that school, have a high expectation, who can do things well to keep the Dharma teachings and benefit sentient beings. And he was meditating in the cave by himself, and he could meditate in one session for several days without moving. And somehow during that time, then he heard the name of Milarepa. And not just only Milarepa's name, but some special qualification of the Milarepa. Because of that, he got that information. Then he was, he became like a restless, the yearning to see Milarepa. The distance is not so close, it's far from central Tibet to western Tibet. Anyhow, that his yearning to see Milarepa couldn't stop. So he made a journey day and night, and receiving the permission from all the teachers that were studied. And he carried his own, by himself, all his provision and clothes, so forth. And then, after long journey, then he met Milarepa. And Milarepa came to know that he was coming beforehand. So as soon as when he met Milarepa, he offered a piece of gold and a brick of tea. So Milarepa made a song welcoming him, and then said, "This old man disagree with the gold, and I have no part to make the tea." So anyway, he gave back the gold to Gampopa, said, use this for your provision. And then he asked, what's your name? He said, my name is Sonam Rinchen, means the precious merit. So Milarepa made a commentary. The precious is the accumulation of much merit. It is the merit is accumulation of great gathering of great accumulations, and it's precious for all the sentient beings. He repeated 3 times that. So then he said, don't look at the just beauty of the words, but look at the meaning if you want to follow me. Study, practice Dharma. So Gampopa was so happy, and something that his whole wishes was fulfilled. As other days I mentioned a few times, because Gampopa already have such a strong power of the meditative equipoise experience. So as soon as when Milarepa gave those chakra channel practices, within a week he could experience the realization of those teachings. But he continued, under Milarepa's guidance. Daytime he studied with Milarepa, received teachings. Nighttime he meditated. Like that he spent time without wasting even a small single time. So because of his purifications and his accomplishment of the great bodhicitta, so forth, then as other day mentioned, he then started seeing the Buddha Nirmanakaya, the 1,000 Buddhas of this Kalpa. And then he was starting seeing many Yidam deities, those things. And so you can read his brief life story in the 100,000 Song there. But there are many others also in this book. We have also some translations, So you read those. Then, after spending enough time with Milarepa bestowed all the lineage teachings to Gampopa. And then, then Milarepa said, now it's time you can go back to Central Tibet, but continue your meditation. So, during your stay here, you saw the Buddha Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya. Now, when you go back to Central Tibet, then after doing meditations, then you will experience to your total nature of the mind, means the Buddhahood. At that time, then you will see me as the Buddha. So that's the time that you can benefit sentient beings. You can perform your all activities. Until then, stay in the retreat strictly. Don't wander here and there. So Milarepa went with Gampopa, said, today now is your time to go. I will follow you also for some distance. Next to a bridge. Then Milarepa said, now let's sit here and talk. So Milarepa gave all the advices, what need to be done, what to do. And then he empowered, so you are the Victu Vajra holder, a monk who can practice complete Vajrayana teaching, who will be well known all over the world. And he gave all the empowerments, body, speech, mind, in one session. So Milarepa said, I have a high expectation that you will benefit many sentient beings and flourish the Buddha's teaching. So like that, there are a lot of those teachings, advices. So then, Milarepa said that time, I have once precious teachings, but I dare not give to you, so now you leave. So Gampopa left, crossed the bridge. After some distance, Gampopa called him back, so come back. And Gampopa was very happy as he came back. Even though the teaching is very precious, but if I don't give to you, to whom should I give? So then he showed his buttock. This is my precious teaching. Look at this, it's like the monkey's buttock. This is how I sat. Through that, how much I walked and received this all realization. All my excellent qualities achieved through this. So Gampopa was so inspired. His whole mind just now turned into one to dedicate, put into practice to achieve enlightenment. So then Gampopa left. So that night Milarepa got a dream which he told next day to all his disciples. He said, last night I had such a great dream. From my side, a big vulture flew in the sky and it landed on the big mountain, who gathered hundreds of the geese, yellow geese. After some time, each goose, you should say, followed not less than 500 each. Sometime, then whole space, whole sky, filled with the geese, the yellow geese. So he said, no, this, the victor Gampopa, he will benefit many sentient beings and flourish Buddha's teaching. So I, as a yogin, carefree yogi, serve the Buddha's teaching. So I'm so happy. So then Gampopa went where Milarepa prophesied or told. So then he meditated for 6 years without leaving the cushion. And then one day he directly perceived the enlightened nature which yesterday described Buddhahood. No? It's inexpressible. Now there's nothing to make decisions. All the decisions which has to make, I have actualized. I have experienced. So with that then, as Milarepa prophesied, he went to the mountain called Gampo, Takla Gampo. There he resided and he started giving teachings. So all over different places, then the disciples started gathering. That's how Gampopa benefited so many sentient beings in the 11th century. the Drikung Kagyu. 11th, 12th, 13th centuries, the entire Tibet was filled with the Gampopa's lineage. No, like say Karma Kagyu, Barum Kagyu, then Drikung Kagyu, Drikung Kagyu, Drikung Kagyu, Shuksep Kagyu, no, and Masang Kagyu, so forth. There's so many lineages everywhere. Even just only Drikung Kagyu, 180,000 disciples gathered to Jigten Sungkun. There's a saying in the history, all the mountains are covered with the Drikung Kagyu's practitioner. All the plains are the patterns of the Drikung Kagyu. Jigten Sungkun himself said his disciples, 3,500 monasteries established in all over Tibet. So like that kind of great lineage we are following, studying these teachings. Not some intellectual making up some here, put together pieces, make interesting, some psychological communication, some emotional communications, not that much, not that. Showing the direct path from the ordinary being to achieve complete enlightenment, Buddhahood. So, so many great teachers established enlightenment through these study practice. If we have enough mental power to capture the meaning, if we have enough courage to follow, these teachings are that, you see. When during the time of Jigten Sungkun, as the estimation, Jigten Sungkun and Gampopa, the two person, one nature. Or two people, one nature. When Jigten Sungkun came, not just only human beings, even nagas, gods, different spirits, beings also gathered. You read his life story, calling the Lama from afar. Perhaps a little bit translated there. The JOL Ornament there. In that one section written by a disciple of Jigten Sungkun himself. With both prose and poem form. And by Shanghai Sharab Jr., the life and liberation call, the pickup and pickup and lion, and meaningful to behold, and the mystic body. So those some are written from the profundity, from the Dharmakaya point of view written, and from different angle those life stories are written. So if you read, you will get some understanding, like this. So therefore, as mentioned, we are so fortunate, even now in the 21st century, we have this opportunity to study, practice, to follow these precious teachings. So all the emphasis of Gampopa, as you see in the JOL Ornament of Liberation, bodhicitta, is a consummate path, a method, a consummate path to achieve enlightenment, a method to reveal Buddha nature, a method to realize yourself, who you are, from the unfabricated point of view, from the uncontrived point of view, to see directly, not just say bodhicitta, but here mentioned, described step by step, what is bodhicitta, how to cultivate, how to different types of bodhicittas there, all the pieces, what we need, put together. Anybody can say bodhicitta is very important. It's very important. It's very important. Then you may get, as I mentioned, kind of impression, being just maybe nice, kind, become flexible. But it's a little more than that. It is something that whole universe contain into that nature. So you can look at this step by step, all this. That's why in the fivefold path, the teachings, first bodhicitta, love and compassion, bodhicitta. When that is well established, then to see that bodhicitta directly, then Vajrayana, the generation stage, completion stage, through that stages we get opportunity to maximize the bodhicitta, to increase the bodhicitta practice. Then to develop that Guru Yoga, the four kayas Guru Yoga, for our own mind to see that nature. Then the Mahamudra, to polish the bodhicitta, to see it directly. And the dedications, these all are sealed by the bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is first most important to cultivate, second most important to exercise, third most important to make a conclusion. So that's how these teachings are set up. One individual to achieve complete enlightenment in this degenerated time. We may not have much time to study so many books. If you can study of all, of course, excellent. It's good, but we may not have it. We may not have time to study all those things. We may not have energy to spend our time. We may not have a capacity to study all those things. But those teachings are put in a very concise, like myself, who's very inferior capacity of the mind, that I can relate directly. So everyone has that kind of opportunity. So how precious this is. As I mentioned, we are not discussing what to believe, but we are studying, practicing how to solve the problem. How to free from the confusion. That's why we're starting the practicing Dharma.